We're not learning about
what I believe in that movie, and I love it. To me, I love most hood movies for different reasons. But to me, with Boys in the Hood, it was, to me, why I liked it. It was, they had little bits in it where you could see they were trying to share a message of some sort. Now you see that part when he's talking about gentrification, right? Now, as a child when I watched Boys in the Hood, it meant nothing to me. And then when I went uni in America, I had this class, and one of the professors were talking about how when it comes to property development, what they normally do is they'll go into the poorest areas, buy up the land, raise the property, raise the rent, and then gradually push all the poor people out. Because usually all the poor areas are quite close to the cities. So before all the more wealthier people wanted to be away from the city, now they want to get closer to it because it means they can go in the city every other day or wherever it is. So to me as a child, when I saw that, it didn't resonate with me. But as I got older as an adult, and we can even see it till today, when they were building the Olympics, what happened? Which areas chose? You see what I'm saying to you? And even now you can see the areas where the Olympics was, now they're building more in those areas because it's cheaper also. So to me, I feel like Boys in the Hood, they tried. They really did try. And to me, what I took away from the film of Boys in the Hood, even though it may not have been shot as well, and maybe it might have been all over the place, but I took a lot of lessons from Boys in the Hood as a child. And I just looked at it, and it was just a case of, wow, the people who, and I said this to you earlier on about the people, your environment, who you're around. Really
Right, so let me explain to you. Like, all day, one night, right, is about a disenfranchised black man. There was not a message that needed to be so on the nose as a Lawrence Fishburne in that movie for me to grasp.
What, Day and Night? Which one's Day and Night? No, I'm thinking
All Day, One Night is the movie.
It's not the Asian guy, is it? It's not the Asian guy, is it?
Nah.
Oh, that's the other one.
It's a movie.
That's the other one. Have you seen that one? Yeah. Where the Asian guy goes to prison, he gets sent to prison. It's he's the guy that was in Venom as the villain. He was the villain in Venom.
No, I'm not talking about that. I know what you're talking about, but I'm not talking about that movie.
About that night,
he's a good actor too, British guy.
Yeah, the British guy.
British guy. Yeah, he's a decent actor. But even though he sucked in Venom, he's a decent actor.
Yeah. What's this film called? What's the series called?
All Day, One Night. You got to watch it. It's on Netflix. That movie, explored every single theme that you need to realize why you don't want to be in the hood. In Boys in the Hood, I kind of want to be friends with Ice Cube. I kind of want to be around them guys. And that is the issue. Because you're not exploring what Ice Cube really went through in jail. You're not exploring that. You're not exploring the issue. You're seeing a crackhead, you're going as a crackhead, but you're not understanding actually you should be going to the drug dealer. You're not getting what the hood is. You're not getting what the hood is. You're seeing a crackhead as a separate entity to this guy. You're seeing the single mother as a separate entity to this guy. You're seeing the bougie girl apparently who lives in the hood. She's not bougie. Why have you made her bougie? Why is Cuba Gooding? Why is it the fact that Cuba Gooding Jr. is bougie for not trying to back his boy? Yeah, but there's other people that could be just as hood as Ice Cube character and not want to go that route as well. Why are we not saying it's based on education and why are we not talking about how bad religion has impacted this situation? You have actually said nothing while trying to say everything, but all you've done is got a bunch of black guys who are famous, put them in a situation that really doesn't mean anything, and just wanted to have people be able to say cool lines and have people to have cool scores behind them driving Cadillacs and shoot each other. It says nothing. The movie explains nothing. And then what you do, just to save face, because Louis Farrakhan's going to come for you about this movie, you have Lawrence Fishburne talk about blaming white people for it. But in that situation, there is no racism. There's no systemic racism is not there. When you watch, I'll talk about this scene in All Day and One Night. The guy gets a job in a trainer store, and you see the prejudice when he's working in the trainer store. You see the white privilege when he's working in the trainer store. These are things that have affected black lives 4 years, but we don't see them. Oh, the black cop was talking to me and I got really mad. Bullshit. Like, what are we doing right now? Like, then you got kidulthood. First of all, you filmed it in West London. What bad man's from West London? No one. East, north, south. You film east.
What are you saying to me
north,
right now? What are you saying to me right now?
You film in east, you film in north, you film in north, you film in south. You don't film in West London and try to show us the gangsters of Pinner. We don't. Harrow. Latimer, West White City. Shut up.
Yeah, but,
okay,
but there are hoods. There are hoods everywhere.
None of that stuff was realistic. None of that stuff. When that movie came out, we was wearing New Era hats and Abrexes. When that movie came out, none of them man wore that. They wore that dickhead burgundy hat. Yeah. None of the man them I know, because I'm from the end. I don't care what anyone says. We didn't get cabs to Central. We got on the back of the. Why is there not one scene in the back of the bus? Why? Oh man! When did you ever have a situation, yeah, where you were in school and the girl got teased for being a virgin? That's never happened in our schools. Yeah, it was always like that girl had sex. She was a hoe. She got teased for being a virgin.
The levels that
is so dumb, bro. That never happens. Yeah, the guy making reborns in DT class for this gangster youth and not seeing one Fed for 3 movies. I didn't see a Fed. That was the issue growing up, bro. The Feds. Well, yeah, I scrapped, and yeah, we used to rape people, but we never. The real ran up in people's houses. Not these 3 little punks, bro. The realest of the real ran in the back youth's house because we knew it was war, and you didn't run up in man's house unarmed. Like, that doesn't make no sense. You're not. What are you telling me? You're not telling me anything. All you want to do is play grime music and beat chicks. That's all you do. You're telling us what you want to do. You're not telling us how it actually is. That's the problem. That was the problem. And like, and the preppy kids and the acting was terrible. Adam Deacon is terrible.
Okay.
He's terrible. He's bad. Noel Clarke is terrible. He's bad. Why isn't Adam Deacon in the show that we was talking about before, which I don't even like? My cousin's in that show and he's sick in it. Ashley Thomas, Bashy. He's in what's that movie? That show called?
Top Boy.
Some House. What's it called, man? With Asher D.
Top Boy.
Top Boy, yeah. Sorry, bro, my brain's going blank. So my cousin's in that. And he's sick in it, and Kano's great in it, and Asher D's great. But why is there so many guns and no feds? Huh?
Because that's the life.
What is there so
I'm guessing,
bro.
I'm guessing
the Albanians dropped a kid. Listen, the Albanians dropped a kid from the top of an estate and he died. Why is there no feds around there? Why is there no aftermath of what the feds did? Why is, bro, I have friends that are in jail because of wiretaps. Why is there no wiretaps? Why do I want to be, why do all the kids, I was teaching kids from Amsterdam that came to the ends, yeah, to play a basketball tournament. Why do they want to talk like them? Because it's sensationalist bullshit. I watched The Intent the other day, yeah? That is one of the worst things I've ever seen. Intent 2, do you know the climax of The Intent 2? I'm going to spoil it. I'm looking at the camera, I'm going to spoil it.
Spoilers.
No one should go and watch this movie.
Spoilers. If you don't want to have to know.
The climax of Intent 2 is an empty cinema where these men are having a shootout.
Yo, I saw Intent 1.
Shit I've seen in my life.
Listen, I saw Intent 1, right?
Yeah.
I didn't put it on. But when I watched it, I was like, yo, this is all right. To me, I didn't think it was a bad film. I was like, this is all right. And to me, you see, when I watch hood movies, right? And I'm sorry to classify it as, I watch hood movies and I'm like, although it's not always in a positive light, to me, it gives young black people and young black actors who would not get an opportunity or even a door into the industry, a platform where they can showcase their skill. Do you see what I'm saying to you?
I fully agree with you.
Them being an actor. Because you've got to remember, most of the people who are in hood movies, they have a look which film companies would say is not marketable. Do you see what I'm saying?
I agree.
Like, you're not,
I agree.
You can count on your hand how many people of color, how many black people who are my complexion who are movie stars. Do you see what I'm saying?
I agree.
Like, and we've got maybe one, and he ain't even like, he ain't really my complexion. Like, you can see the lighting is terrible there, but I'm not that far from this complexion, to be honest with you. And it's cool, but at least in a hood movie, they have to cast people who look like they're from the hood. So you get a variety of different types of people. And to me, I like seeing us on screen, even if it means it's not always in the most positive light. Because we have one or two that break through. They have opportunities to do big movies and stuff like that. I think there was a black kid from England who did the new series of 24, I believe. And that was, I didn't watch it, but I was just like, I didn't really watch it. But I'm saying, when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's good. That's a new, like, okay, now we're not the robbers. We are the cops. And to me, those things are good as well. So, but without the hood movies, remember, without the hood movies, there is no Ice Cube. Without Boys in the Hood, Ice Cube's not acting. Remember, he was forced to a certain extent to be in Boys in the Hood. He was forced. John Singleton, he talks about it, how John Singleton approached him and said to him, hey, listen, I've got a film for you, blah, 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 blah. A year later, gives him a call, blah, 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 blah. And, Tupac was supposed to play Ice Cube's role. I'm sure you're aware of that. And then, even Cuba Gooding Jr., even Cuba Gooding Jr., before he won his Oscar,
he sucked.
He was in...
He didn't win an Oscar for that.
I know. He was in Coming to America. Remember, he didn't even have a speaking role on that. And then he was in this. And this was his really first major role. And, you got to think of it like that. Without these hood movies where the corporate film companies, they will happily give you can't to make a hood movie. They'll give you money. How do we know? Yeah.
Right. How do we know, though? Why can't you tell a good story, though? Why can't you tell a good story? It's happening all around you. Why can't you tell a good story? So the thing with me, I feel like it's underrepresenting us then, because you can't tell a good story. It's easy. What is it? Why can the Godfather, one of the best, I think Godfather's a hood movie.
Oh, yeah. But no. But you know why what they call hood movies, right? And gangster movies.
Of course.
Okay. Black is hood movies. Even though they're both gangster movies, though. We're aware of that. But go and continue.
So another marginalized society was the Italian Americans. They weren't treated great. Why can they tell a story like Godfather? Why? Don't give me Godfather. I do not mention Goodfellas, because I hate Goodfellas more and more every time I watch it. Because Goodfellas has the same issue. Martin Scorsese has the same issue with Goodfellas. I want to be a Goodfella, bro. That should not be the case. These guys are butchering people. Let me see that. Let me feel for that. Let me feel for that person. Let me feel that.
But the stories. But to me, you got to remember, whenever the thing about gangster movies and the things about hood movies and the things about the action movies, most of the time, everybody puts themselves as the main star. Most of the time, everyone's quoting what Arnie says. Everyone's quoting what Sylvester Stallone said. Oh, Jackie Chan just jumped off a chair. Oh, if you're a kid, probably you're gonna break your mum's chair tomorrow. Do you see what I'm saying to you? It's always taken us the stance of me just watching movies, and my knowledge is kind of limited. I've always noticed that whenever they're telling a story, they want you to feel like the side of the story that they're telling is right, and it feels good. They're not making a moral, ethical movie. That's not the purpose of what they're doing. Those types of movies are documentaries.
It's not even moral or it's not just make a real one. Make an authentic one where people can be natural. Make a real movie where people can be natural. I watched Scorcher in Top Boy, and he can't be natural. I watched Kano in Top Boy, and he's natural.
Yeah, but don't you think? But don't you think that's a little bit too different to do with people's acting chops? Because I think
I think that's to do with.
Hasn't Kano been acting longer than Scorcher though?
No, they've been acting the same. What I think it is to do with people recruiting rappers to further their career, and rappers still have to hold up that I'm a bad man. They still have to hold that up. I'm a bad man.
But to a certain extent, okay,
The thing is, Scorcher was never a bad man. Scorcher was never a bad man. And Scorcher knows, Scorcher's from North. He's from Edmonton. Edmonton used to be called Shanktown. He must be able to base one of the people he had problems with, base his artistry on that. But he's probably spoken to someone and they've said, please, Scorcher, tell us the worst thing that happened to you. And they've spoken to all these other hoodman and they just packed all that into the thing. I haven't even seen one hoodman go collect his gyro. In all the hood movies I've seen, I haven't seen one hoodman go to the job center to collect his gyro. I haven't seen one hoodman.
But that's not. But they wouldn't put that in a movie because that's not the. That's not
what the hood is.
Yeah, but that's not the side.
The hood is.
But that's not the side. So, for instance, when they're using rappers to make these movies, right? The reason why they're using these rappers because these rappers come with an audience. It's the same format that they used in America in terms of when they made the hood movies. You just named one. They use Ice Cube, right? Juice.
Yeah.
Tupac, right?
Yeah.
What other? Belly.
Juice sucks as well. Yeah.
Belly. Nas and DMX. You can go on for some time with.
That's why the genre is dead. That's why my point that says the genre is dead.
Yeah. Have you seen Snowfall?
I don't like Snowfall, man. But
the reason why I said Snowfall was they used a good actor.
Yeah, but you know what? That kid really upset me, bro. That Damson Idris, he really upset me.
Why?
He went on Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel, one of them Jimmys, right? And pretended to be some preppy kid. He's from Peckham.
But
he went. Go watch it. No. Seriously, man.
I didn't take that from his interview.
Idris, he was like, "Oh, I saw these gangsters. And I'm so frightened." I'm listening to you, like, bro, shut up. You're from.
Wait. But he was talking about him being in LA.
He wasn't in LA. He was in a very nice hotel meeting someone. Everyone in the ends knows who Mac 10 is. I don't care. He's the same as us. He knows who Mac 10 is.
Hold on a sec, yeah. But let's be real. Mac 10, from what I've seen online and stories over the years, is what we see. He's relatively gangster, right? Is that fair?
Right?
Is that fair?
I fully agree.
Yeah. So if you meet sometimes people have different energies, yeah? So if someone comes into the room and you feel a type of way and you say, honestly, that's how you felt, man, that's fair. If he really felt like he was put, if he really felt like rah, like that's Mac 10 and boom, 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 he made me feel like rah, and he said that's how he made me feel. But I think that's pretty fair. Because most people would not say it.
It's the accent he spoke in. Yeah. He speaks in this preppy, and I've heard him speak on Instagram. He does not speak like that on Instagram.
Yeah. Don't you think that's part of when you're going on that platform on a Jimmy Fallon? Don't you think there's Don't you think these celebrities play up? They perform. They always perform. Yeah, but Idris is big. Like Idris has been in the game for like decades, bro.
Idris is from Bo. Every time I hear Idris speak, I know I'm talking to a guy from Bo. This dude talks like he's from West.
I thought he's from Hackney.
No, he's from Bo.
Okay.
Well, he's from Hackney. He's from East London.
Fair enough.
Oh, I saw Mac 10 in the lobby, and I was like, bro, why is this guy talking like this, bro? Like, why are you trying to like now? Because you're doing a hood film, yeah. The only reason you could do a hood film is because of your experiences from where you're from. You're not some guy from West London living next to the woman from Chelsea, yeah. Like, you're not living in Kensington in Chelsea, and you've never experienced problems. You're from Peckham. You do all these things about Peckham on your stories.
Yeah, he went back to Peckham. I think on his story like the other couple of days ago.
I'm not saying he didn't. I'm not saying he
I thought that was
didn't.
quite cool. I thought that was quite cool to go back to your neighborhood.
Go. I just felt like he wasn't being authentic, and it ruined Snowfall for me. But in essence, yeah, hood movies, for what you said, that's the reason why they suck. They're based on real events, but they're not executed in a realistic way. Goodfellas is the same thing. Based on real events, you throw a bunch of humor in there. I don't get to understand the monster that Joe Pesci's character was. Joe Pesci's character was a monster. He was a monster. He says, like, even when he says that racist shit, like when he says that racist shit about Sammy Davis, I don't even get upset. I still want to be Joe Pesci.
Yeah, that's
because of how they filmed it. He did the same thing with Wolf of Wall Street. I always complain about this movie. I always complain about Wolf of Wall Street. Always. I say, why is it that I want to be this scumbag Joe Belfort? I want to be him. Why are you not showing the issues that happen to all those people? Because why? Like there's a movie called oh my God, it's about the Homan market. It's got Christian Bale in it. It's got Ryan Gosling in it, and it escapes me. But I watched that movie enraged after at all the people that made money out of the housing crisis. I was enraged. But I'm gonna watch Leonardo DiCaprio and want to be him. The wife beater, the guy that punched his wife in the face and in the stomach and took Quaaludes and sniffed cocaine out of girls' asses. I want to be that guy. Why? Because of the sensationalism that you've written this movie in. You haven't written the bad times. You're not writing about the bad things about drug addiction. And I've never seen him come down from a drug-full bender. I just see him looking out at the skyline with this big opium gaze. And I feel like I want to be this guy. Why? It's wrong. It's not real.
Yeah, I don't know. Fair enough. I see from what you said about movies. What I've taken from it is you want more realism in terms of how they are telling the story for it to be more real and more relatable, rather than always.
And I want the tones to be real.
Is that a word? Yeah, over sensualize certain things.
Yeah.
So okay.
I want the tones to be real.
Okay. All right. Well, what I'll do is I'll definitely will cut this bit out and ask our audience to see what they think about it, because I think it's interesting about how you've taken it, because I've never really looked at hood movies how you're looking at them. For me, it's more of being a fan of just to be able to, I'm old enough to remember not having hood movies.
Yeah.
Do you sound so to me, it was a small win just to see one hood movie. And then it got to the point where the only time you could see us was on hood movies. So that was our movies. Do you see what I'm saying to you? The Brown Sugars, The Best Man. There was a time where it's like, yo, you want to see black people? You need to buy hood movies. And to me, they served. Go on. To me, they served a purpose, because I believe there were some actors who were young who may have saw one of those two hood movies and thought, hey, I can be an actor. Do you see what I'm saying to you?
Maybe.
So that's what I think.
So one of the most successful genres in the black medium, yeah, is black comedy. Yeah. Now, when you watch a black comedies, yeah, you don't think about the realism of stuff like Coming to America with an all-black cast, practically an all-black cast. And before Coming to America, we have Trading Places, which is a black comedy.
It's not a black comedy, but it's a very good comedy. I remember watching that. Super racist.
Boomerang.
Super racist though, but yeah. Boomerang. Oh yeah.
Boomerang is about a black CEO, bro. The CEO is black. The head of marketing is black. The head of art is black. The face on the package is black.
Black.
Marketing They go to New Orleans and they go to a bashment rave. I want to be. Why? That is as much a sensationalism as hood movies. One is fantasy, and you could aspire to be that way. Yeah, it's fantasy, you know. Black single. Single Bible is even owned by one person. Then you've got hood movies where this is the reality right now. This is what's happening right now. But the black comedy movies are hilarious. Nutty Professor, all those things. It can work.
Yeah, but you got also,
medium.
You see, but you got to remember is it's like Eddie Murphy wasn't. That's gonna sound funny, but Eddie Murphy didn't make hood movies. Eddie Murphy was black, and they might have classified the movies that he made hood, but he never made hood movies, bro. Coming to America was not a hood movie. It was a black
depiction.
Film. No, but it was a black film.
And New York.
Yeah, but no. But you got to remember, for me,